Previously on Vicinity Shorts.
Really social media back alleys, you know it is. I found this one on Twitter. This lady, OLONI Baby, she put up this thing on her Twitter feed. And she said, ladies and ladies only, I want you to DM me the craziest story of what truly happened when you text him apologizing for falling asleep. Were you on a date? Were you with the person you told your partner not to worry about? Cheating or sleeping with someone else? DM me.
Oh dear.
Fast forward to minutes later when he called back and I didn't pick up. I was getting my ass ate, sucked, effed with mind-blowing orgasms. I told him I was asleep, but I went to my ex and he used his card to pay for our Uber and our Uber Eats during the sneaky link. Next morning, I walked back to my place from said rugby player's crib, and 5 minutes later, my ex shows up. I told him that I fell asleep and need space, but had his ass back a week later. Man turns up at my house a few hours later, begging for me to take him back. I ended up effing him too, and I hadn't even showered yet. No, this next one right here, I didn't get the entire story because I would have had to have followed her on her IG page. She said, go to her IG page to get the rest of the story. I wasn't so inclined to do all that. So I just took this bit, but this bit was so salacious.
Oh dear.
I felt that this could stand on its own, even if we don't get the rest of the story, right?
Right.
My now ex-husband was on a work trip and his boss came to my house and showed me texts of him with another woman on said trip amongst his receipts. So I blocked all of his credit and debit cards while he was at dinner. He kept calling, trying to get me to PayPal him money because his cards weren't working, but I ignored him and texted his boss and the neighbor in his Dragon Ball Z themed game room on his 3K sofa.
Emotional damage.
I told the guys to come on the sofa.
Jesus Christ, man.
Wicked! Wicked is
Neil, you wanted to know what was right up there with disrespect for you, and there you have it. This is like a half step behind. A half step behind.
Whoa. You know what? This is what I will say, right? Bear me now.
I'm impressed you have something to say that.
Yeah, I can muster up some. I am gonna muster up some semblance of response here. Yeah, bro. If you cheating and you realize that you out with another woman and you trying to get the bill, the dinner bill paid or Uber paid or whatever, and you can't access your funds, don't be calling your woman for money. Like, don't do that.
But no, here's the thing, Neil. She blocked the car.
No, I get in there. Believe me, I get in there, right? Because there's a lot to unpack with the woman. The man is simple. If you out with another woman, don't message your woman for money to care you other woman. Don't do that. That is, this is why you should not tie all your accounts with a woman. Just saying, it may not be for nefarious purposes, but you give a woman access, or another person, it could be a man or woman. You giving somebody access to your funds, and then they could be vexed with you for whatever reason. It ain't gotta be another person, but they could be vexed because you going on a boys trip or you going wherever you going, and the person cancel your card and say ain't going away.
And you ain't that's guts.
Yeah, that's guts.
We talked about this in another short that we did.
Mm-hmm.
Start giving up all that access to your stuff, because it's all well and good when everything good, but it's no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
Fact. Women, if you vex with a man, if we find out your man cheating on you, don't. I know it can really be getting on you. Don't mess with the man funds. Deal with him. Don't deal with what he has. Don't be spiteful. Get to the point, right? And do not run a train on the man property, on the man things. You don't revenge horn somebody. Revenge horn is a stupid concept. You don't. I run out of words here. Literally, do not talk to the man, deal with the man, done with the man. Right? But you put the man for the man Dragon Ball Z theme. My boss and the man neighbor dig you out. Pan Ultra Instinct Goku.
But let me take a minute, Neil. Let me take a minute to make up the boss.
On Krillin.
Let me take a minute to make up the boss. The boss came to the house with the evidence. Right?
Listen.
Because boss had a plan. He is the boss for a reason.
He is the
boss came with a plan.
He's the true villain of the piece.
He is Galactor. He is Skeletor, Megatron, LeBron James. He is all the villains you know. He, boss man, turn up with the receipts. Look here, look here, look the man here, look. Right? Because he knew that the wife had some little something for him. Probably like a little flirtation going on, but he played cool or she played cool because of the husband. All due respect, right? But the boss man now come in with Vicky.
Vicky the
I said, listen, this what's going on here. This what's going on here.
That's it. The man must have had a semi-erection there.
Give me back, I'm like mole.
So I put up at your place. Daddy no land. No boss serves with my hand.
Big up more. He come. Born in left hand, bird in the right. The boss knew what he was about. He knew what he was about. Big up the neighbor.
The neighbor's collateral damage be. The woman must come and say a hair tune, right? I had sent for you every since. Come and take this here. And the man say, wait, who's this man?
Say gave me a hit tonight.
Wait, you can imagine that? He like, who's this man? Wait, you want this loving or you don't want his loving? Because if you don't want his loving, I got other people for speed there. So you, my man said, no, you right. You right.
Yeah. I mean, you know what I mean? Bigger the neighbor, I would love to know what kind of neighborhood this man live in. That this woman could just shout through the window, oi! Actually, you want a piece over? I come in.
Phrasing.
And he cross it right to where they're having a time. I'm waving there, dog, eating the man Dragon Ball Z things. You know what I mean?
And Piccolo on Freezer face.
Anyhow, let me go forward there.
There
are more. I know you thought I was a coup de grace, but we got more. When I was single, I used to have 4 to 5 people on my rotation. So I made an Excel sheet to keep track who I was seeing during the week and what days they were off from work. Now, this is what we call a roster. Show my guy Stephen Wu. This is a rostafarian, right? One of my rotations rain checked or did, but he texted the night before to make up for it. By then, I was already heading to my second favorite's house. Listen to this next line carefully. I knew it was her day off from my Excel sheet, and she always gives me one of the best head I've ever had. The guy texted me, I know you're sleeping right now. Let's do dinner tomorrow. I remember texting him the day after, sorry, it was girls' night. I should add, I took him off my Excel sheet soon after and moved her up my list.
All right. So I realize you changed the pronouns there a couple of times, right? So that mean that this person is a straight thug.
All rounder.
A savage.
All rounder.
Right?
Right?
Equal rights and justice. Right? So honestly speaking, I don't even know what to say to this. This one is pretty straightforward. I think that, there are some people that have a roster. They are rostafarians. We don't necessarily if you can have a roster, be very transparent. Let everybody know what time it is and what's going on. I would only hope, even though I know this is probably not the case, that everybody knew what the score was. But, they might get replaced. And this goes to show you fellas, you may be very well on a roster and you can easily be replaced, especially if you flake for whatever reason. Women too, because, we keep it equal, rights and justice. But yeah, that one pretty straightforward. I ain't got no problem with that. More power to you, sister. Get it in. I do agree women do give great head, so get that go.
I would agree with that. Yeah,
get
9,000. I canceled on the guy I was dating around 3 months at this point. I rescheduled for the next night just so I could go get my back blown out by my previous friends with benefits at a hotel he was staying at. I remember he texted me like 10 p.m. just chit chat, and he didn't reply till the next morning. Sorry, I fell asleep, babe. Nah, babes, I was busy getting stretched out. The next night, I went on the date with him. I got my back blown out too. That was a fabulous weekend. Woo. I have zero regrets. He never found out, but he turned out to be sleeping with multiple women. So he was and still is the bad guy in this situation, and we love to see it. So here we have a Rastafarian in his natural habitat. She ain't come to the Rastafarian.
But what got me right is the woman reason he is still the bad guy.
Okay.
Must
And we love to see it.
still the villain.
Yeah. Men are always villains, deal. We discuss this. Men are always villains. But what I love, right? She got stretched out by two people.
I hope she shower in between there.
I hope so.
Hopefully. She got stretched, to her words, she got stretched out in 2 nights by 2 different people. But he's still the bad guy because he turned out to be sleeping with a whole set of different people. So she's really upset about the fact that she met somebody who was playing the games better than she was.
No,
You know what I mean?
if you don't understand how this game is stacked against us, whether we do good, we do bad, or we both doing good and bad, we gonna always be the bad guy. A woman, and basically, it's alright for this woman to go. Woman can get her back blow on Tuesday. I'm gonna deal with you Wednesday. Shoot, you ever got a shower in between the dealings? But ultimately, if we are out there doing our thing, are we out there doing the same thing that you're doing, we're the villain of the piece.
All right. You ready again, brother?
Yeah, hit me with it.
All right.
It's a contaminated environment. And the tutu's about that.